All right, guys, welcome. It's time to explore your unique devotion for the day. So, today I'm going to read Philemon. We're in the book of Philemon, verses 17 through 22, and I have a question. So, how about we just hop right in? Let's get started. As you can see from the angle, the sun is bright this morning, which is kind of awesome. Less lights in the house, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, rambling. Most important part is the scripture. Let's focus. All right, how about I focus? Starting in verse 17. If then you count me as a partner, receive him as you would me. But if he was wronged you or owes anything, put that on my account. I, Paul, am writing with my own hand. I will repay, not to mention to you that you owe me even your own self besides. Yes, brother, let me have joy from you in the Lord. Refresh my heart in the Lord. Having confidence in your obedience, I write to you, knowing that you will do even more than I say, but meanwhile also prepare a guest room for me, for I trust that through your prayers I shall be granted to you. So, Paul's in jail, and he's writing to Philemon, and he's explaining that he's sending someone to see him, to minister to him, and to anything that is a cost to Philemon, he's supposed to put on his account, and that Paul will pay for it. But he's saying, but not just to mention that you kind of owe your life to me, but it doesn't mean like his physical life. What he means is his soul, for showing him the gospel and causing Philemon to accept Christ into his heart, which is saving his life, his soul. So, with that being said, having confidence in your obedience, it kind of stood out to me a little bit. So the question is, confidence in obedience? So, we want to have confidence in God, and trust that he will help us through life, that he will guide us and be there for us, giving us all the things that we need, and hopefully more. You always hope for abundance, but it's trusting in God, putting your trust in him. But then part of that, though, is us being obedient. It's not God give us everything that we want and I'm just going to go do whatever I want. It doesn't work. It never works out that way. It never works out. You can't drink, do drugs, have sex, do everything on this planet that you can possibly think of that the flesh wants to just go and try and do. Skydiving, something crazy. You can't just do everything crazy in this world and expect God to just hand you millions and billions of dollars, fancy homes, beautiful families, solid job, the ability to walk if you were skydiving and it went wrong. He's not going to continue to just hand you everything, if he even does, because that's not necessarily our purpose. Our purpose isn't to gain. Our purpose is to build communication with him, to grow in understanding of our own lives and him and how he is trying to interact with us. And when we start to link those together, I think life starts to be more beautiful in ways that we don't need this stuff. We don't need to gain. We realize how much we already have. And if God does lay something in front of us for us to have that's more than what we had, we totally are grateful and appreciate it. But we have to have obedience. For me, sometimes I feel like I don't have confidence in myself to be obedient. Like, sometimes I think that God is talking to me and calling to me in certain ways, but I struggle with, but is that what I'm supposed to do? I don't feel like I have the criteria for it. I don't feel like I have the education for it. I've never done that before. That I'm not sure that that's right for me. See, I don't have confidence in myself. Does that make sense? So having confidence in being obedient. Um, God calls me to learn something. I've never done it before, and I just go, okay, well, I'm going to try it. Fumble around with it a little bit, but as I fumble and fail, I learn and I grow. And now that thing that I struggled with at the very beginning, I'm actually excelling in building confidence, building trust in myself to see that being obedient to God, even though it seemed hard and difficult, was actually beneficial in the end. So explore that in yourself. Do you have confidence in being obedient to God's calling? Real quick example that is in my own life. There's many things that I love to study, many things I like to look at. I love learning all kinds of things from the smallest, from understanding the smallest particles in the universe to understanding beyond the universe itself. I love learning and growing and everything in between. But in this one thing, growing mushrooms, through lots of trial and error, through different things in agriculture, I ended up coming across mushrooms. Had no idea how to grow them. It took me almost a year of fumbling and trying to read and understand. I took some classes. I gained some more knowledge. It took another year. I still completely just about failed at growing my own mushrooms, but through the learning process and communicating with others and starting to figure out what I was doing wrong, now I can grow mushrooms no problem. 2 years of struggle and lack of confidence in myself. Now I have confidence in it. I've grown in that. Now I really understand it. Am I a complete master at growing every mushroom in the world? Absolutely not. But I can do it now. And therefore now I have confidence where I didn't before, and I was being obedient the whole time. Sometimes we don't understand what God has in store for us with the knowledge that we acquire, but He's got something in store for me. And I don't know necessarily if that means having my own mushroom business, or if that just means growing food for us to eat and for my family to partake in when I have extra. I don't know what all that has in store, but I'm just going to keep going. And so far, I've grown in confidence because I've been obedient to Him. Why stop now? And I do that in other areas of my life too. Health, fitness, all kinds of other areas where in the beginning I had no confidence and struggled. And now I'm very confident, very knowledgeable in many areas. And it's just an example of confidence in obedience. So explore that on your own. Today was not lightning round. Tomorrow I'm going to try lightning round. One of these times we're going to get a lightning round. Tomorrow actually we're going to finish the book of Philemon, and then in tomorrow's video I will discuss what we're going to do next. Please like this video, subscribe if you have not already. Do this every day. My words are not the most important part. The most important part is getting the scripture in, and that's what this channel is here for myself and for anyone who wishes to be able to go back through in playlists, that if you're not carrying a Bible on you, you always have a way to find scripture to put in your eyes, to put in your mind, to help you build your confidence in God and trust in Him, and to be obedient as you learn communication skills with God. So on that note, I hope God gives you all the blessings you deserve, and even more so all the blessings you don't deserve. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow.